Hey there fellow Adele collectors, welcome back. David Eon here on Open by Chance, and today I have got the new MEZCO 112 Collective John Wick figure. And I'll tell you, there's already a lot of controversy about this figure. And a lot of people on the message boards, this is a tin by the way, it's a tin and it arrived in good shape. A lot of people on the message boards complaining about this figure, and a lot of people raving about this figure. There's 50-50 love and hate for this figure right now. And I haven't looked at anyone's reviews, and I've kind of ignored the complaints because I want to be able to give my own unbiased opinion about what I like and don't like about this. And you already know if you've watched any of my other reviews of MEZCO figures or any other figures, I'm going to tell you what I actually feel when I look at these. This is what's supposed to be in the container. It is a deluxe set. There's a lot going on there. It looks really good. It's hard to see because of the reflection. This, like I said, this is a tin, not cardboard. And it's John Wick 2. Now, first of all, I think, well, one thing let me mention really quick here. After I got this, there was problems with payment, which is a common problem with MEZCO, unfortunately, is billing. And also, I didn't get a METZ. When you order directly from MEZCO, you usually get the little minifigure. I did not get one with this package, and I was kind of surprised. Here's your 112 little paperwork that warns you that if you break it, tough noogies. But this is a figure I've been looking forward to for a long time. You see a couple of pieces have fallen out inside this packaging, but there's a lot of accessories here, and it's a couple of tiers deep. Because of delays, it's been about 15 months since pre-orders went up on this one. A lot longer than normal. And I've noticed also with the ones that there's an issue and you have to wait a really long time, an exceptional amount of time, that's the ones you have the most problems with when you get them, like the Hulk. And I gave a review of the Hulk, and I wasn't 100% thrilled with the Hulk when it came out, the Gladiator Hulk MEZCO. We'll get him out of the package, and I'm going to stand him up and, of course, look at his accessories and test his articulation and all of that good stuff here. Put these back where they belong, or try to, because that goes in there. There's John Wick. It's kind of hard to see like this, but like I said, I will be taking him out and getting a good look at everything. And this is John Wick 2, and 3's already been out, and they're working on 4, and this is just coming out. And like I said, I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people are frustrated, because 15 months we've been waiting. So let's go ahead and get him out of the package and stand him up and look at his accessories and test his articulation. And here we are with our John Wick 2 out of the package, set up with all of his accessories, and we'll go ahead and start taking a closer look at him. And there we are, close up. I will say that I think that his skin tone is lighter than what was shown on the prototype, and even on the back of the packaging. If you recall what was on the back of the tin, the skin tone was a lot lighter. I don't think it's too bad of a likeness. I think they could have done a little bit better with this, or maybe darkened him up. And then again, it could be the lighting to some degree. There we go, as we get back in focus. Go ahead and take a look at his suit. And I can see why some people already, without handling him, why there's some concerns. Because the suit doesn't look as good as it does on the prototype either. The suit looks kind of chunky. And I noticed the tie is very square also. You know how it's like just a flap there. And so I did go and run, and when I pulled him out and I took a good look at this, I ran and I got the Agent Gomez to put side by side, because, and you see the Agent Gomez is just a little shorter than he is here, but the suit on the Agent Gomez is quite frankly done a little better. It fits Gomez better, the tie looks real, the collar is even. John Wick's collar is not even. The left side is actually snapped because you see there's a little the collar button there. The one on the left is lower than the one on the right, and I don't know how well you can see that. It's not sewn in as well, and the vest kind of trails off to his left side, and I cannot adjust it. I've tried to pull it over also. Non-functional pockets. He's got the belt there. You see his belt and his pants. The slacks look good. I mean, the vest is okay. It would be better if it was, I'd like it to be more centered. I mean, I might can pull this over. So that might be okay. But the tie and the collar kind of throws me off. It looks like he's wearing his dad's suit for church. It just doesn't seem to fit very well. Or it doesn't look like it does. The shoes look good. And like I said, you know, I'm going to give an honest opinion here. Overall. I don't work for MEZCO. I wish I did. I'd love for them to send me something to review instead of paying for it myself. There's the sleeve buttons. And then you get up here and it's just like so thick around the shoulder. He looks better straight on his face than he does in his profile when you turn it to the side, I think. Take a look at his back. Yeah, the jacket just seems kind of bulky to me. Yeah, John Wick 3's already come out. John Wick 4 is in the making, and my understanding is they've green-lighted him for John Wick 5. I don't know if they can carry it to 5. I think their storyline's kind of almost played out, but at least the timeline is good in the movie series. And Keanu Reeves does a good job portraying the character. I do enjoy the films. It's really not a bad likeness. I mean, he is kind of pale in the film. I say, just at a glance, my first concerns are with the suit, really. Mostly the jacket. I think the rest of the suit I can kind of tolerate. The vest and the slacks are okay. I mean, the slacks and belt and shoes are good, and the vest, I mean, I could probably finagle it and get it centered. But that tie is just confounding me for some reason, as is the ill-fitting look of the suit. But we'll go ahead and take a look at some of his accessories here. We'll get into that real quick. Several sets of hands. We got like what looks like a Captain James T. Kirk karate chop in hand there. You see he's still got his wedding ring on. A gripping hand for the knife accessory, I imagine. And there's good detail on the hands. Oh no, you know what? I can actually see a seam in the knuckle. It's got a sharp edge on it too. Look at that. Can you see it? That's the first time I've noticed an issue like that on a fisted or a gripping hand on a MEZCO figure. That kind of surprises me. That's a bad cut right there, breaking it out of the mold. Alright. A couple of reaching or grasping hands. Because you know, they usually have really well detailed hands. Two more hands, sort of a tiger's paw punching hand there. And a choking hand, perhaps. Vulcan nerve pinch hand. To go with the Captain Kirk hand, I guess. And, of course, two trigger hands. You gotta have trigger hands with John Wick. Because he is the man, right? Now these two are trays for the inside of the chest, because he comes with a war chest. So these two trays, or drawers, go into the chest. This holds the gold coins. This holds some grenades and some pistols. Some shooting effects, always cool to have. Various bursting shooting effects here. This one looks like it's for the shotgun. That's cool to have. The dog. The dog from the second film. This is not the original dog. Not the puppy. Uh-oh. Anatomically correct dog. You didn't see that. The dog is not articulated. It's just a figurine. But it makes for a nice accessory to have that available. This tray contains the stacks of gold coins and some what look like smoke grenades or flashbangs for John Wick. And I'll notice here also that on the top of the gold coins, let me go ahead and finagle that open if I can get one of these out without dropping them all. On the top of the stacks there is a print, see there? So it looks like a real coin. They put a mark on it on both sides, and both sides appear to be different. I don't know how well you can see that, but they did put a printed mark on both sides of the coin. That helps a lot with the realism of this. The grenades are just one piece. They don't have a functional handle or anything. The chest, the guns go in here, and then the trays fit on top. So you can store all of his weapons in this chest instead of putting them in your MEZCO container, your tin. If you want to interchange them, you can just keep the chest with your figure out in the open. I like that. And MEZCO usually does really good with accessories. There's your posing arm, there's your 112 bag, and then a lot of other weapon accessories here. Got his watch, so he doesn't have to ask Flava Flav what time it is. And it looks like it's about 1:45 there. He's got a Tanto blade. He's got this gun. He's got several guns, and the magazine does come out, and you can see that there is a bullet in there. And it comes with a spare magazine, very realistic looking. He's got these two more pistols, small pistols with removable magazines. If I can get it out. I got it out last time. Now it doesn't want to come out. Can't get a grip on it. Come on, guys. You gonna cooperate or what? I can't get it out. But he comes with 2 spare magazines for that. And then these 2 guns. And these magazines do not come out at all. They don't even look like they do. There's no molding to indicate, or the way it's molded, it looks like it's all one piece. It does not look like magazines come out, even though there are 2 spare magazines for it. Got a tactical shotgun that does pump. Like a Remington 870 looking shotgun spending a shell. This one does not pump. It doesn't move at all, but it looks good. AR-15. Magazine comes out. Comes with a spare magazine and an apparatus to invert the magazines for double switch feeding. And the spare head, which is the scarred up wounded head, which I think actually, if I'm going to use a head, this will be the one. I think this is closer to the look of John Wick than is the first one. as you can see, it is a standard plug-in neck. They did not give him a double jointed neck, which is a little disappointing. It'd be nice if they did. And he does fit well on the stand. I pointed that out before, that you see he's on there pretty good. Stands where the peg is too big or too small, and it just doesn't work with the figure. So now we get him off, and let's take a look at his articulation. You know, limited head movement. So the head does rove around fairly nicely. He does not look up at all. Only forward and down, side to side. He can tilt. If he had a double jointed neck, he could do better. Head change. Really simple. I do think that looks better. Now as I'm touching this, I'm really getting into it now. He's got shoulder pads, and you can see it right there. That's why the suit kind of looks so bulky, is because he has shoulder pads. I don't know why they did that. I have some trouble lifting his arms. And there you go, look at this. See, that just doesn't look right. It looks like a hunchback. I don't know why they got these shoulder pads in here. They did so much better of a job with the with Gomez's jacket, and this is really restricting the upper body movement. I can't hardly move these shoulders around. It's like sticking. The fabric is bunching up, and it's making it difficult to move. The elbows are really super loose. I mean, you saw me like kind of finagling a little bit there, and the reason for that was I was a little bit concerned because it was so easy to move, and I can feel it locking when I open the arm. I actually thought the elbow was broken, and I was like, what is going on with this? They are super loose, and it feels like single jointing. Not that I could bend it any further because of the restrictions. Rotation, and we can try changing out a hand. These knuckles look better than that one I showed you, by the way. So we'll change a hand out here really quick and see how hard that is. Not bad. That went in and out easy. Ab crunch. I can feel it in there, but he won't move. Side to side. It's too bulky. The suit's too bulky. It's restricting his movement. Splits, forward movement, double jointed knees. See, they painted his legs so it looks like he has socks. And forward tilt's actually really good. Side to side is pretty good also. Alright, so that's his overall movement. Let's go ahead and bring him down to the museum and get him into a pose and see how he looks. And here we are, back down in the Open by Chance Museum, and we'll just mosey on over to where the MEZCOs are living on the MEZCO wall, and there is our new 112 collective, John Wick. And if I'm being honest with it, now he does pose well. He looks good right there like that. I like the way he looks right now, but he was difficult to work with because he feels very fragile. As I pointed out when I was first working with him, I really felt like his elbow was broken in that sleeve. I was very concerned, and it's just that it's that loose. I've never had elbows that loose. Both elbows are like that on this figure. There, I believe, is really just a lot of lost opportunity with this figure. There's more that could have been done with him. They could have given him a double jointed neck. They could have given him double jointed elbows. I don't know why they put padding in the suit. It makes it too thick, and it makes it so that you really can't pose his shoulders. And everything is fitting so tight on him, you can't work his abdomen. He can't do an ab crunch or a side-to-side turn. He can't turn his hips. He's locked into that suit really tight. It's like an old school MEZCO figure, like some of the earlier figures that they made that were just really stiff or had awkward costuming. I think there's some lost opportunities here with this figure. He feels fragile. And, I'll say it again, I was more concerned working with this figure than I was with any other one. I mean, he looks good, and he's got a lot of great accessories. He's got a ton of accessories, and his chest finally gives V someplace to stand. That is the bullet head V, which is actually an awesome figure. They did a great job on him. But I can see why so many people are concerned about the John Wick. Why so many people who got the John Wick were kind of disappointed. They were like, geez, you can't give us double jointed elbows. You can't give us a double jointed neck. What's up with his costume? Those have been some of the complaints. I haven't actually watched a review of anybody else looking at these figures, like I said, or looking at the John Wick, because I wanted to give my own review and just see firsthand, because every MEZCO that comes out, people are going to complain. You can't satisfy everybody, but I will admit that there is some lost opportunity with this John Wick figure. They could have done better. They could have done better, and they just didn't. And that seems to be the case with the figures that you wait on the longest. Isn't that how it goes? Kind of like the Hulk here. And if you saw my review on the Hulk, I've actually had people get mad at me on my review on the Hulk, because quite frankly, the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Hulk is a better figure. They had you waiting forever for this figure, and they just didn't pull it off. I like it, but they missed opportunities that they could have done better. Same thing with the Ghostbusters set here. It's a nice set. I like the figures, but they missed opportunities here. No double jointed elbows, no double jointed heads. The backpacks, the straps for the packs are too small. Like I said, I don't work for these companies. I'm going to give you a straight review of what I think. Of course, you're entitled to your own opinion. You may hate this figure, but you know what? You may get this and like it, and you may have a totally different opinion of it when you have one in hand yourself. You may get it out and say, nah, you're being too harsh, and that's fine, because ultimately, if you own the figure, it's about how you feel about it. Now, this one really knocked it out. I like the Nosferatu quite a bit. I think they did a great job on Nosferatu. But what do you think, folks? What do you think of the review? Do you have one of these? Are you interested in one of these? Did my review help you make a decision one way or the other? Let me know in the comments section down below what your thoughts are. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you get something out of it. I hope that you do. Share if you can, subscribe if you're new, and be sure to check out some of our other videos. I do a lot of reviews. You see my Mondos down there. I've got Hot Toys. I've got blank spots here because we're rearranging in the museum, filling in. I do showcases of vintage pieces. We do adult toy market related discussions, comic books. We do a lot of things on this channel. A little something for everybody. And I hope that you'll join us. So that being said, thanks for watching. And we will see you again soon.